All right, guys, let's talk about the dark side of scrapbooking. You want to know what the dark side of scrapbooking is? It's bigger than my head. Okay, I'm gonna have to put it down because I can't even hold it. I am so excited to be teaming up with Nicole on this new challenge that we have created for all of you to tackle the dark side of scrapbooking. I hate putting layouts away. Most of the time I realize that the layouts need journaling or they need a date, and it's just so frustrating. So hopefully this challenge will allow us to not accumulate this many layouts, because this is just crazy. That stack is mainly from this year alone. There are a few layouts in there that have been hanging around because I have been avoiding doing the journaling or adding dates and just the not so fun side of scrapbooking. So come along with me for this particular video as I organize and sort these layouts and get them into their albums. All right, guys, I'm going to preface this from the very beginning that I hope that you stay along for the entire 30 or so minutes that this video is. This video was recorded over actually a couple of days. I'm going to get into that as well. And then also the fact that I'm using a bunch of different media to record this video. The first clip that you saw there, that was in my scrapbook room, and I showed you this huge stack that I'm working through now. I moved into the living room. I put on YouTube, which you can see in the background, and I am just sorting the layouts. My main goal for this first sort, because there's going to be multiple sorts, is to determine which ones are ready to go in layouts and which ones need more work. And if they are ready to go in layouts, I am putting them in piles by the year. I'm not organizing them by the year, just in the year that they are in. So I think I start at 2016 and I end up with one layout in 2024. This is probably the worst part of scrapbooking, and it's very obvious that it's the worst part, at least for me, because this is just so overwhelming to not only organize and put them away, but also where the heck do you store this many layouts? I did not count the layouts. I didn't even think to do that, but I did end up using a full box of page protectors from Hobby Lobby. I'm so glad that I picked up two because I was like, oh, they have both of them here. They were on sale, so I thought I'd pick both of them up. And I didn't even realize that I had that many layouts that needed to be put away. Most of these layouts are from this year. When I jumped back into scrapbooking, I truly jumped back into scrapbooking. I did March Madness, which was 30 or so layouts in the month of March. I have basically scrapbooked at least 5 days a week since the beginning of the year. All right, guys, so it is now all sorted. This is the stack that belongs to friends, so I need to put that in their albums, which is separate. And then starting with the year 2016, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and one single layout from 2024, which is my mom's birthday. And then this stack here are layouts that need to be taken care of. So this journaling is wrong. It did not happen in February. I believe I mixed up that journaling with this one that I need to verify, because I know that this didn't happen in 2019 and I know that this didn't happen in 2022. So I need to work on that. And then some of them, like, so disappointed because these are recent layouts that I did not do. There's no date on this layout. There's, I don't know if I'm gonna do journaling, but there's no date on this. So I need to do that. This one is like super, super new. No journaling. Oh no, there is journaling, but no date. I think I was gonna put the date there. That's what it was. Another one, have the spot for the date, but no date. And this one doesn't have a date. I don't know that it really needs a date. This one actually hasn't even been posted on my channel yet, because it's obviously gonna go along with Eli's other birthday layouts from Harry Potter. This one doesn't have a date. And then all of these do not have a date. So I need to take care of that, which is what I'm gonna do in June. That's part of the challenge. So coming soon for that. I'm gonna put that aside. Next, I'm going to put all of these layouts away. Okay, so like I was saying, I have been scrapbooking so much in the year 2024, and I am so excited to be back scrapbooking. So after I sort them by year, then I pull out the albums and put them in the correct order. Now, I messed up big time, and I'm going to figure it out later. This video is 30 or so minutes long, and I left it all in because I wanted to show you the struggles of putting layouts away. And when you accumulate this amount of layouts, it's going to be a struggle. So the mistake that I ended up making was I put 2016, there were only 2 layouts, and 2017 together and didn't realize it, organized them to add them to the albums. You saw me pull out 2016, and then I was like, oh, I don't have any 2016 albums. These are 2017 because the first layout was a earlier layout in 2017. So then once I pulled out the 2017 albums, I was just going to town adding the layouts. At this moment, I'm looking at these photos and I'm like, wait a minute, this is the 4th of July. The layout that I'm trying to put in was the 4th of July, and it didn't make any sense. I was like, maybe I went to my aunt's house for the 4th of July and also had the 4th of July at Kevin's, not thinking that that's not even possible because they live like 2 hours from each other. But again, just going with it, and you'll see me realize it later. I do add the flip-flaps here. So when I create the layouts, I just lay the flip-flaps between the 2 layouts in the stack, knowing that once I get them in the layout, I can add them. And they're super simple to add. You just take off the white backing and then line it up. I tend to crease the adhesive part under. So when you pull the white backing off, the adhesive is going to be on the underside, and then line the bottom of the photo up with the bottom of the photo that's on the layout. If you need me to show you that, just let me know in the comments below and I will do like an actual video of putting it down and how I adhere them. Later in the video, I'm also going to slit my page protectors because there were a couple that I had put directly on it. So for this particular layout, I actually ended up sitting down because sometimes it's easier to adhere the flip-flops down when you're like actually sitting and not standing. And this particular layout had a ton of flip-flops. I think there were like 4 flip-flops, and the flip-flops stacked on top of each other. Now, the video that I'm watching in the background is someone who was unboxing her Doodlebug 4th of July collection that's coming out, or I guess it has already come out. I want that collection so bad, but I'm like, I don't really need the collection, but it's so cute. So I was watching her video because she actually goes through all of the pieces and trying to decide if I really do want it, because I have been better with my purchases and truly looking at the paper and the embellishments and thinking about the plans that I have for the photos. Like, not that I just need 4th of July paper. It's, do I truly need it? Do I have layouts to go with it? Of course, the 4th of July, I'm always going to have layouts for the 4th of July. And especially since Doodlebug is my thing right now, I want all things Doodlebug. But I truly am trying to, because, you know, scrapbooking isn't cheap. All right, so at this point, I have realized that my phone is completely full, which is a whole other issue. All right, guys, I am in the middle of putting all those layouts away, and I look up and my phone is completely out of memory. I'm currently uploading the videos to my Google Drive so that I can delete them from my phone so that I can keep recording. So I had to take a break from that. So now I'm in my bedroom. The quality of this video is probably going to be super low, but I'm not going to have it on very long. You can see my TV's going on mute because I'm trying to get my watch hours up because I'm just a hot mess right now, and that's what it is. So I'm going to give you a glimpse into all of the madness. What Nicole and I have decided to do in regards to this challenge has opened up a can of worms. I was going through my layouts, putting them away, realized that the layouts that were in my album were not the correct year. I had them dated wrong, so then I pulled up my Google Drive and I'm missing 2 folders. So I'm gonna insert a photo here where you can see that the way that I organize my photos is I have them by holiday and then by year. So for my Easter folder, I did not have 2018 or 2019 folder. So then I had to go find those photos because I was like, I don't even know where those photos are. Luckily, I was able to find them on Google Photos, which means that I took them with my phone and not my big camera. So what I had to do was take my photos from Google Photo and upload them to Google Drive so that they were there. So all of this has to do with the dark side of scrapbooking. This is the stuff that we don't want to do. This is the stuff that we hate doing. I hate organizing photos. I hate making sure that they are together. And I am organized. Nicole will tell you all the time that she's a hot mess and she does her and you do you. And that's absolutely right. That's why we get along so well, is because I do me, she does her, and we don't have issues with the way that she does it. I could never do her. I could never do what she does and how she organizes. I would go insane. And I am sure that she's going to say the exact same thing about me. She can't be organized like me. She can't have spreadsheets like me. And that's cool. And that's what's great about scrapbooking, is everybody has their own thing that is going on. So, as I'm currently uploading videos to Google Drive, I am also on Google Drive on my iPad, on my computer, so I have multiple monitors, so I have monitors here, on my computer, on my iPad, and on my phone, trying to get things organized to even begin this challenge. So the month of June for you guys is going to look very different than it does for Nicole and I, because we had time to prep. Whereas you guys are going to probably spend the month of June prepping and doing all of this work. So I am super excited to get started with this challenge in the month of June. I hope that all of you guys participate and follow along and join in on this challenge, because in the hour that I have been sitting here doing this, I have blown my mind with how disorganized I am, and I am an organized person. So stay tuned, guys. All right, I warned you in the very beginning that this was going to be a hot mess video. So now we are next day, and I work from home. So during my lunch break, and I know it's my lunch break because you can see Roomba running around the house. She goes off at noon every day. I decided during my lunch break that I was going to try to tackle these layouts as well. So the night before, I had figured out where I was missing photos. I figured out what was going on. At this point as well, I also realized that the 2016 layouts were in the wrong album. Just a hot mess. I brought out my iPad because I also realized that I forgot to document in the spreadsheet the layouts that I were putting away. That spreadsheet is something that I cannot believe I've lived without. It's just a game changer for me. I'm going to explain that in a minute in the live video. But right now I am typing up things, putting them in there, still organizing everything. When I sat down to do this video, I was like, what am I going to talk about for 30 minutes? Because there's so much time. But there were a couple things that I did manage to take notes on. One, I have really vamped up my Instagram stories and post over there. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, there is a link below for it. Over there, you're going to see what I like to call life behind layouts. So when I'm working on things, whether it's videos or layouts or stitching, or like for this particular one, I posted a picture of the box of album refills that I had killed by putting this together. So you'll get even more content. And every time I'm scrapbooking, I am thinking about what can I post over on Instagram so that I'm giving you guys more content, and I'm hoping to drive you back to my channel. You also saw in that clip just then that I am still running through my watch hours. I am so very close. I actually just yesterday, which would be last week for you guys when this post, was able to submit to YouTube to bring my channel back to where I want it to be. So that's currently under review, and I can actually bring that up very, very soon. So I'm super excited about that. I've worked so hard to get that done. All right, guys, so it's just a hot mess. Like that, at this point, that's all I'm gonna say, is it's a hot mess.
What I forgot to do last night was document the layouts in my spreadsheet, because the whole point of having the spreadsheet is not only to document and plan out layouts for the future, but also be able to know what I've already documented. So I put those layouts away and then didn't document it. So now I'm having to go back through the layouts. I pulled out 2017 and I'm going to run through those really quick because there's only a couple, and put them in the spreadsheet. I'm gonna show you my screen now so that you can see me documenting that information. All right guys, so I have updated the spreadsheet significantly since I originally posted it, and that's really what I wanted you guys to do, is envision the bones of the spreadsheet as a starting point, but then from there make it whatever you want. So I have color coded mine. All of the pink lines have been completed. Now I know I have an X over here where it says done, but it just wasn't enough for me to know what has been completed. So I just went in and added Mother's Day swimming and the pool fun, which I need to put Mom, Eli, and Lisa. So the ones that are already in my albums that I completed before this spreadsheet, I'm not filling out any of these other information. I'm just writing the title of it and then the subjects of the layouts so that I know when I look back for it. So in 2017, I'm gonna scroll down to 2017 and I'm gonna look through my album real quick. All right, so I know that I added the ton of Typhoon Lagoon photos and they were from July. So I'm gonna come down here to June, July, it was July 16th, July 15th, 16th. All right, so I'm going to insert a new row above, insert a row above, and then usually when I have two, then I copy them and insert 2 rows above, and then insert 4 rows above. I don't think I need that many, but all right, so July 16th, 2017, this was water slide fun. And unfortunately you guys aren't seeing what I'm looking at, but just know that these are all layouts that I've recently done. So this is Malachi, Mom, Eli, that's all that's in it, on water slide. Okay. And then the next one is Thin Ice, so same date, 2017, Thin Ice. And this is Eli on Thin Ice at Typhoon Lagoon. You guys have to like phonetically sound things out because I totally do. All right, so 7/16/2017. This one's called Snowfalls. And this is Malachi and Eli on slide. I'm gonna do kitty slide at Typhoon Lagoon. Okay, and then the next one is Hold On. Same date. I took so many pictures on this for this particular day. I don't know why. This was Malachi on, what's this one called? The Fahrenheit Drop. Okay. And then the last one is 7/16/2017. This one's called Yes. This summer was fun. 2-page layout of Malachi, Eli, Lisa, Nana, Kevin, in water at Typhoon Lagoon. All right. Then Sun-Kissed Babies. July 23rd, which is not here. Oh wait, it's up here. Sun-kissed babies. This needs to move down to here. Fudgesicles. This one here to here. There we go. So enjoy life is before it. Lagoon. 7-7. Enjoy at Green Meadows Farm. On 7/15. Alright, so this is in the wrong spot. Alright guys, so you get the gist of what I am doing. I will go back on triple speed or double speed now so that you guys can see that. Alright, so now I have gone through all of the layouts that are on the table and documented those. This is later in the evening. I have picked Eli up from school. We're back at the house and I am working through this. So this took multiple hours and multiple sessions to complete, but I am so excited that I have been able to finally get that stack dwindled down. It's definitely not complete. I still have some things that I need to take care of. When I was going through my albums, I realized that there are some things inside my albums that also need to be taken care of, and I will probably work that into the challenge for next month and figuring all of that out. So going back to my channel, it's finally getting back to the point where I want it. I'm super excited about that. I also wanted to tell you guys that I do have affiliate links listed below. I have one for scrapbook.com and I have one for Amazon, and most of the tools that I use on a regular basis are linked below. But for scrapbook.com, I do have just a regular link to the website. So if you're ever purchasing and you want to support me in a way that doesn't cost you anything, if you open up my video, any of my videos, because it's in all of them, click on that link that's under scrapbook.com. That is an affiliate link. It does not cost you anything at all to click that link, and it doesn't change the prices of anything, and it just gives me commission off of the purchases that you are making. So if you are making a purchase on scrapbook.com, I would appreciate if you would use that link below. I would love to bring you guys newer paper. I know that most of my layouts focus on older things. I do every once in a while get a chance to purchase newer things. Having the affiliate link listed below, and if you guys want to support me in that way, I would greatly appreciate it. I have no problem bringing content because I'm definitely going to be scrapbooking anyway, so why not film it and upload it? It is a little bit of work, but it's also something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy uploading videos because it gives me the opportunity to provide content around my layouts. So later on, maybe the layouts don't last very long, in the sense that, like, you know, kids today aren't really focused on the paper version of it. I don't want to move to digital scrapbooking, but I know that the digital world is where we live. Uploading my videos gives me the opportunity to have Eli have his stories told in a different format so that he can go back and watch the videos if he chooses to do so, or anybody else that I'm documenting for. All right, so for now what I'm doing, and this is so tedious, I hate doing it this way and I very rarely do it this way, but I am slicing the page protector. So I just use my T-square ruler and I take my X-Acto knife on the top of where the flip flap is. This one here, I created like a waterfall effect to it, and that's why I put it on the layout as opposed to the page protectors, because it had a certain place that it needed to be. This is the only one that I did, and I dreaded putting it in. That was one of those layouts that had been sticking around for quite a while because I just didn't want to go do this. It didn't take that long, but it's still just a pain. So again, that's another thing that if you want me to show you how to do that, I can absolutely pull that layout back out and show you how that's done, but it's not my preferred method on using flip flaps. So I talked about scrapbook.com, my affiliate links for them, for Amazon as well. Most of the time, the affiliate links that are listed on Amazon are things you can't find on
scrapbook.com. Over on Instagram, you can find me with Life Behind Layouts, which I'm really enjoying posting that stuff as well. I'm starting to get a little bit more interaction on those. People are commenting and liking those things, so I'm really excited about that. That gives me an opportunity to kind of post more about what's going on as opposed to all the work that goes into creating layouts and posting them on YouTube. I sat down for a little bit when I was working through that, but then when I put the album away and brought them back, I was like, I really want to stand because I sit all day for work. So I was like, I need to stand. At this point, I think it's going to go a little bit quicker because now I have gotten into albums that do not have anything in them. 2020 was the last album that I started to fill up. And so all of these layouts here are just going in as they are. I don't have to worry about where they belong and making sure that they're in the right order because they're just going in. I purchased albums several years ago when Michaels was getting rid of their Project Life albums. I think they just went to like their store brand. And so all of the albums were $5. And I went to, I don't know, like 10 different Michaels and bought out every album that I could, because I always buy 2 albums of the same color because I usually do 2 albums per year. And I wanted to make sure that I had a ton of them, especially at the $5 price. But I have used all of them. They are now all being used, and I actually have to go purchase additional albums for 2024. So I have purchased albums all the way up to 2023, which is super exciting. Normally I try to put January through June 30th in one album, and then July 1st through the end of the year in a second album. So even though all of these layouts could have fit in one album, I felt like I was just going to go ahead and put them in 2. That way it would be a little bit easier to move them around later on, and I wouldn't have to move them to different albums as needed. This album, when I opened it up, it was so dusty because I think I purchased these albums like 4 years ago, and they have been sitting next to my IKEA cube thing since then, since I moved into this house in 2019. And I don't think I've touched them at all since then. So they were so dusty because they weren't really protected at all, being sitting next to the cube as opposed to being in the cube. So I know that Nicole also posted I think hers is called like Workspace Wednesday or something like that. She's also cleaning up her layouts, getting ready for this challenge. So I will link her video below so that you guys can go check hers out as well. She is working through getting everything organized as well. I will tell you, this glue press, I have a love-hate relationship with this glue press. I love this thing, but I don't understand why people say that it doesn't clog. I have issues with it clogging. It doesn't clog often, but when it does, it's like a pain. My mom has it. She said that hers has never clogged. She's asked about like my little pink piece that's like at the bottom of it. It's supposed to have an airtight seal. And she's like, maybe yours doesn't lift far enough. So she's like, try lifting it up a little bit, which I tried that. That didn't help. I do have art glitter glue in it. I do not have the Nuvo glue because the Nuvo glue definitely clogged. Like that had lots of issues. The art glitter glue is a little bit better, but because it's also thinner. So I have the art glitter glue in the empty bottle that comes with it. So you get 2 bottles, 1 bottle of Nuvo glue and 1 empty bottle when you purchase it. It's definitely something that I would still recommend even with it being clogged, because I feel like all fine line bottles have that issue. You're going to have issues with it clogging. It's a fine line. It is what it is. So I'm also pulling off the little Post-its that I put on the faces to make sure that those faces are secure. So I'm doing that. And then I think this is going to be the final album that I went through. When I opened it up, I was so excited because it had page protectors in it. Most of the albums now don't have page protectors. Well, I haven't bought albums recently, but a lot of the albums that I had purchased did not have page protectors. So when I opened this up, I was like, yes, I don't have to go and get another box, because I was very close to the end of the 50 box that I had. Now I did put a little extra page protectors in a couple of them just so that they were there and I wouldn't have to worry about it. So I'm not sure exactly, but I'm pretty close to 50 layouts. I did skip a couple of page protectors in this one because there was an Easter layout and like a fall layout, and I was like, I might as well just go ahead and put some space in there because I know there's going to be layouts that are going to need that space. All right, guys, so these 2 layouts need to go in my Disney album. This is all trash. I am out of albums, so I need to go buy an album for 2024. And I went through an entire 50 pack of refills. So I have 1 left and there were some in this, the pink albums that I took out, and I did put a couple extra. So I'd probably say maybe 45, probably close to 50, because there were some in there. So about 50 layouts that I put away. So gonna work on those next month. I gotta go buy Disney album for that, and an album for that. So that's where I landed. All right, guys, so if you stuck around for this entire video, I first want to say thank you so much. You really helped my watch hours once again, and I really appreciate that. I hope you saw this craziness as an encouragement for you to go ahead and start putting your layouts away and not allowing them to accumulate like I have. I will also link Nicole's Facebook group below. That is where the challenge is going to start. It is going to start in June. We're going to have all the details posted over there. So I hope that you join us in on this challenge to tackle the dark side of scrapbooking and actually start creating healthy habits so that you can not have so much craziness going on in your scrapbooking life. All right, if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.